Good morning, everyone. I'm Kensuke Okabe from EY. It's good to make a presentation here again. My hobby is doing karate, and I also like most of all martial arts, which include today's topic, sumo. Sumo is regarded one of the national sports in Japan, but it has several problems, so I'm going to talk about it. Today, I have divided my presentation into 3 parts. First, I'll talk about what sumo is briefly. And second is problems in the sumo world. And finally, I offer some suggestions for those problems. First, what is sumo? The rule of sumo is so simple. Sumo is a sport to force the opponent outside the circular ring, which is called jokyo, or force the opponent to touch the ground with anything other than the soles of their feet. And it is said that sumo has more than 1500 years history, and it has been associated with Shinto ritual or many rituals in imperial court. And Japan is the only country where sumo is practiced professionally. That's why sumo is regarded as one of the national sports in Japan. Next is sumo's ranking. Sumo has its own ranking of sumo wrestlers, which is called banzuke. And banzuke is decided by 20 sumo wrestlers. 20 sumo judges, based on the wrestlers' performance in the previous tournament. And banzuke is divided into East and West. And East is placed on the left side, but I don't know the reason. And banzuke has 6 divisions. From the top, makuuchi, juryo, makushita, sandanme, jonidan, and jonokuchi. And makuuchi consists of 5 positions. From the top, yokozuna, kozeki, sekiwake, komusubi, and maegashira. So yokozuna is the top of the sumo wrestlers, so they are grand champion. As you can see, it is the number of sumo wrestlers in each banzuke. So there are 3 yokozunas now. However, recently, sumo is getting less popular in Japan. It is evidenced by the fact that the number of audiences or those who apply to be sumo wrestlers are decreasing. Generally, I suppose there are 2 problems. First is scandals. For several years, sumo world has been involved with a lot of scandals, such as fixed games, drug abuse, in particular cannabis abuse, which is like marijuana, which is like marijuana, and bullying and grueling by stable masters. This kind of scandals seriously damaged sumo's image. And second problem is rise of foreign wrestlers. Many people cheer for their local players and much more to their national sports. So I think that many Filipinos will cheer for Manny Pacquiao this weekend. Yes. And there are 3 yokozunas on the active list, but they are all Mongolian. And 14 years have passed since the last Japanese yokozuna, whose name is Wakanohana, retired. So after Wakanohana, Japanese yokozuna has not appeared, even though sumo is one of the national sports in Japan. Furthermore, proportion of foreign sumo wrestlers in makuuchi, which is the highest division in banzuke, has increased to 38%. So sumo is national sport of Japan, but recently it seems like foreign sport. In these circumstances, sumo cannot be popular. Then what can be the solution? Because the small association is now dealing with scandals, so I'd like to offer some suggestions to produce Japanese yokozuna. I believe that if a Japanese yokozuna appears, sumo can regain the popularity and get more exciting. In the first place, the biggest problem is that only a few children are interested in sumo. The more children who are talented in sports practice sumo, the stronger the Japanese wrestlers will be. Then, how can we get more children to become interested in sumo? I think there are two reasons why children are not interested in sumo, which are image and chance. First is about sumo's image. The name of sumo is closely associated with fat and uncool men, but I think it's not necessarily true. In fact, some sumo wrestlers are muscular, like him. He's a famous yokozuna, whose name is Chiyono, my favorite sumo wrestler. And some sumo wrestlers can get married to beautiful women. Then, what can be done in order to change the image? Do you know this manga?
Yes, of course.
Yeah, it's very famous manga, Slam Dunk, which was drawn by Inoue Takehiko, who is very famous Japanese manga artist. And when Mr. Inoue drew Slam Dunk, a lot of Japanese people started playing basketball. Then, if the small association asks Mr. Inoue to draw a manga about sumo, what will happen? I believe that more young people aspire to be sumo wrestlers. In addition to manga, movies or dramas are also effective to develop cool image. The second is that children don't have enough chance to learn sumo. In my case, I have loved sumo since my childhood, but I didn't have any chances to learn sumo. And for example, in Japan, you may be able to see some schools or some karate dojos in your town. But have you ever seen small schools in your town?
No.
Yeah. I also have never seen small schools in my town. This means that there are not enough chances for children to learn sumo. And thus, establishing small schools for children will be a good solution to train future strong sumo wrestlers. And this can be solved another problem which I have not introduced today. There are a lot of retired sumo wrestlers who cannot get next jobs. This is a very big problem. This is because only few wrestlers can remain in sumo world as trainers. So if there are a lot of small schools, they also can get next jobs. And I know that these trials require a lot of money. But my conclusion is that the sumo association should fund to these trials. This is because sumo is one of the national sports in Japan. Including me, a lot of Japanese people are looking forward to the appearance of Japanese yokozuna, and I hope that in the near future I can see Japanese yokozuna defeat a lot of foreign sumo wrestlers. This is the end of my presentation, but I'd like to add that I'm not a nationalist. Thank you.